Hello, people! Thanks for joining me today. I'm Scotty D, and this is a Guild JF65 12-string acoustic guitar. And this video is for you guys that are thinking about resetting the neck on your Guild, and you need some help. What I have here today is a Guild. My situation's a little different than yours, probably. We're all in a little different situation with our guitar repairs. This one, the fretboard has been removed, and I'm going to show you exactly where you need to drill your holes if you want to try to pop one of these necks off. First, I'll tell you about the situation I'm in here. This is a dual truss rod guitar, but it also had this deep channel routed through the center of the neck. When they were in production with this guitar, they used this sort of PVA aliphatic resin glue. It's a real white glue. You might be able to see some remnants of it right there. And what happened was they filled this entire cavity with that crap, and it all failed. It crumbled into a million bits, and the fingerboard started separating at the body first, creating a giant hump, and then eventually the whole thing's off and somewhat cleaned up now. I'm going to be gluing this neck back on in today's video, this fretboard, to the neck, but I'm also going to be filling this channel because I think that's one of the reasons the whole thing failed. I might want to create a couple plugs over here too. I don't see any reason we should leave a gap inside of a guitar neck. It just makes it sound worse. You don't have as good of a sound transfer if you have big voids inside of your neck. I mean, I understand having a giant void inside of the body, but you don't want a giant void inside of the neck, do you? I'm not a guitar builder, but common sense tells me we need to fill those spots in before we stick the fretboard back on. So the tag here says that it was made in Westerly, Rhode Island, and I don't know if we have any viewers out there that maybe worked in the factory. If you could help us out, let us know exactly what this glue was. Okay, so here's, sorry for the crooked line, but here's our fretboard edge. Here and here. Here's the body. Come across here is your 14th fret. I think you should pull the 14th fret if you're doing a neck reset. Come in 9 millimeters from the edge and drill a hole here, 3/8 of an inch right here, and drill right through the wood there, the body wood and the neck wood, and go slightly towards center and drill it, pretty deep. And you want to stick one of those hot wire foam factory elements down in these two holes here, and then do the same thing at the 15th fret. Pull it out, come in 16 millimeters or 5/8 of an inch from either side, drill the hole, find the pocket there. There's a small pocket, and drill your holes, aiming the bit slightly towards center, and stick 4 of these hot wire factory foam factory cutters in there and let it sit for 15 minutes or so and see if you can get some wiggle action going. If you can't, then you want to maybe widen one of these holes and shoot some steam down in this one, because they put glue here and here, and you're not going to be able, I mean, you could drill here if you want to do a fretboard plug and repair, but typically you don't need to. If you put enough heat here and here, you should be able to warm this entire area from both sides and get it wiggling. And then of course use your Stuart McDonald neck reset jig to push on the heel and push the neck out. It might take a couple tries with these Guilds. They're not the easiest, and it's because of that glue, and it's because they're fit quite well. Let's take another look. You can kind of see the glue line. But there's a big void of wood here. I don't know why you would leave a big void there and there. It's weird to me. It seems just very strange that there's a gap anywhere. Alright, here we are, day later, and we got proof that the epoxy set up well. Little cup here you can see, rock hard. And the wood glue I used over here, no problem. That only takes a few hours to cure. Now I can trim this stuff down, only take a few minutes. And we'll get that down, maybe with some files and rasps and sandpaper, of course. We'll need to prep the area. I'll work on that for a little while. The first thing I'll do to get things started with the glue up is get my water in the glue pot. Take some glue. I had a little bit left in the bottom of this, so I topped it off with some freshly hydrated hide glue that has never been warmed up before. That's the strongest stuff you can have. And then I'll turn on the warmer. And then we'll prep the surface of the fretboard. Sometimes I like to take the wood and press it up against the back wall and do a little sanding. There's still a lot of glue residue here, so it's probably going to take me a while. Maybe not. Now what I've done is wrapped with the exercise bands to keep it perfect alignment here on the edges, and held those in place while I drill some indexing pin holes for my pins. The pins, I had to double check that truss rod route isn't right below this hole that I'm trying to drill, and it isn't, it just misses it. So the rubber bands do a great job of keeping it aligned this way, treble to base, but in the past I've seen it slide this way. The fretboard could slide once you start wrapping it. You know, you're going up and down with the wraps, it slide this way or that way, and these indexing pins will solve that problem. And drill one there, and drill one down here on the opposite side, on the base side, right here. Now to make the pins, I make them slightly the length of the drill bit depth, because I want them to be pre-countersunk, leaving me just a little bit of surface on the top edge of the fretboard once it's all done to fill with ebony dust and super glue. Now over here to my shooting board and my precision saw. You don't want to clip off the dowel because you can crush the wood. Definitely don't want to crush the wood, or bamboo in this case. I think these are bamboo. These are the precision toothpicks from StewMac. Now I'm going to hold the toothpick in the end mill and round over the tips so they're not 90-degree cornered. They'll be shaped like a bullet on both ends. See how it's a real sharp 90-degree right now? Now we'll shape it, both ends, so it slides right in when I'm ready. I want the fretboard to slide right into the pin Nice rounded. Now the pins go in just like so. Yeah. And there's one more thing I can do. The other thing I can do to make sure that the pins don't give me any grief when I'm ready to slide the fretboard over them is drop the depth of the bit a little bit and then wobble it slightly in the hole. And then I can give it a slight chamfer. That should go in real slick. When the hot glue goes on, I want to flip it over, slide it onto that pin, and without having it give me getting caught up on anything. All right, let's see how that worked. Oh, slid right on, no problem. And look, it's not moving right, left, forward or back. It's perfectly aligned, and they're already countersunk down in there. When I'm all finished, that'll take me like less than 3 or 4 minutes to fill in those 2 holes. Alright, there's the dry run. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to wax up that rubber band, and I'm going to wax up the neck and fingerboard edges so the glue doesn't stick to them too much, or make for an easier cleanup. Let's go! Okay, the next thing I'll do is get everything good and warm with this 250 watt heat lamp bulb. Let that get all toasty. That'll keep the hide glue from gelling up as soon as it touches a cold surface. On a hot surface, spread the glue. It'll keep the glue thin and hot. Put the 2 parts together, start wrapping it, and then it'll start to gel. As I get all the clamps on and everything, it'll start to gel up, and that's what we want. Hope you enjoyed watching all that. Panic. Hot water for cleanup. Hot glue ready for the next job. Once, twice, 3 times a blue goose. I love glue. Once, twice, 3 times. Here's some other stuff before I string it back up. You guys might appreciate the extra bracing inside of this mammoth. 3 tone bars. You've also got 3 finger braces per side. So 6 finger braces, 3 tone bars, X brace. Either side of the sound hole has a nice reinforcement around it. Transverse brace. When we get over here to the neck blocking, we can see that it says JF65-12, but the tag says J265-BL. So I don't know if someone was just having a really bad day, bad week, or just the entire company was... What's going on? Turmoil, I don't know. But that's not a JF65-12. I mean, J265 doesn't exist. It might, I don't know. If you guys want to chime in, please. BL would be blonde, because there's no sunburst, you know. I get that. They could have multiple names for the same guitar. But I do think the name has changed with ownerships and things, so there's a lot of confusion. Appreciate you guys hanging around to the end, because I really wanted this one to sound good. It's heading on back to my old stomping grounds of Orange County, California, where it's going to live in a recording studio and hopefully be on a bunch of beautiful records. But there it is. You see, it's all clear. You were meant to be here. From the beginning. I think we're going to start working on this here Silvertone Espinata. That big old black and white. That's going to be a lot of fun. See you then.